Welcome back, everybody. We're cooking with appetizers, munchies, snacks, pre-Thanksgiving or, you know, the pre-holiday meal snack attack kind of thing.
Tapas.
I love that. Yeah, tapas.
Small
yeah,
plates.
exactly. Hors d'oeuvres, whatever you want to call
Yes.
them. They're probably one of my favorite part of the meal because, you know, the other stuff's pretty standard. Potatoes and stuffing. This is where you can have a little fun, go a little crazy, and really set up a nice spread. So Angie Horkin is here from the Beef Council. What are we making, Ange?
Well, we're going to make a beef and kale queso fundido.
Ooh, queso, if it's got queso in it, which is warm cheese, you know, I'm all about it.
We've got a lot of great Wisconsin products. We've
Yeah.
got some Wisconsin beer, we've got cheese, and we've got beef.
I love it.
And we're going to make this whole dip right in that saute pan.
Perfect. So this is...
We're going to start with lean ground beef. So
Okay.
ground round or ground sirloin, and they'll save you some time, and then you don't have to drain off your drippings.
Okay.
So this is a ground sirloin, about 1 pound.
Okay.
So we're just going to brown that up. This dip is super easy. It has 6 ingredients.
Oh, that's my kind of.
So,
and you could, if you're doing this ahead, I'm assuming you could get this ground beef, you know, browned up and out of the way a couple days ahead, get it in a container, and then just throw the dip together.
Definitely. And this dip is also good with a leftover or planned over pot roast.
Oh, okay.
So if you make a pot roast week of Thanksgiving, save some, about 8 ounces.
And just shred it up and
then shred it up and then start your dip with that.
Ooh.
But it's very good with the ground beef too, of course. But if you have something like that left over in your fridge, grab it out and use that in your dip.
I love it. And you could also park this dip in a slow cooker and keep it warm for a game. Now, this is something new and that Angie wanted to tell us about, and I'm really excited about this. Let's say you come home after a really long day. You know you've got ground beef in the freezer. You want to make something quick, you know, quick skillet recipe, quick chili, quick, you know, something. How in the world do you get that big hunk of ground beef thawed every time you do it? And you try and put it in the microwave, and then you end up cooking the beef.
Right.
So this is a great tip. Tell us about this.
And the Beef Checkoff did some research, and we talked to a lot of consumers, and we said, how do you prefer to do your ground beef, to come home to thawed? And what we found is the best way, and the safest way too, you know, thinking about food safety concerns, is to take your package of ground beef, remove it from the store packaging, insert it into a gallon Ziploc bag.
Okay.
Doesn't even have to be a freezer bag, just a gallon Ziploc bag.
Okay.
Zip it closed except for an inch. So leave an inch, put it in your microwave 1 minute on high. Massage it, flip it over, do 1 more minute on high, and it'll be nice and soft.
So show us.
And it'll be ready for your skillet. Now what I did here was I bought a 3-pound package of just, you know, a family package of ground chuck, which you can find on sale quite a bit. Watch the flyers. And I divided it up into 3 packages.
Okay,
and these are just
and then you froze them flat.
Froze them flat. This is a quart Ziploc bag, right? So when you put this in your microwave for your minute, it's going to be thawed. Okay. Almost thawed.
And then you just massage it and get it going.
So unzip this about an inch. So you get your air, your steam can come out, put that in the microwave 1 minute, flip it over another minute, and in 2 minutes you can take this from this stage to your skillet for your tacos, for your spaghetti, for your ground beef.
That is the greatest idea ever, because a big hunk of meat is not going to thaw properly in the microwave.
Right, and then it's not going to be convenient and save you time when you get home from work at 5:30.
So I love that.
Okay, so we've got that ground beef cooked through, so we're going to add next tomatoes.
Okay, this is 1 can.
1 can of Rotels with the green chilies.
Okay,
so 1 can of, it's 10-ounce can of Rotels.
Okay.
Then beer.
A little bit of beer. Beef and beer go really well together.
Yep. Now at home you want to bring that to a boil. Okay. Bring it up to a boil, and then once it gets boiling, I have 1 2-cup package of a shredded Mexican cheese, and I bought the taco flavor because it gives it a little more punch. Sure. And then I'm going to put 1 tablespoon of cornstarch in the cheese and stir that together. And then when we put this cheese in the skillet,
and I can tell this is not hot enough, and this is key to this dip, is if this is not hot enough, your cheese is going to melt. So what I think we should do, Ange, and then just add that kind of a handful at a time, is that how you do it?
Yeah, I do half, stir it, and it's going to melt really fast, and with that cornstarch in there, it's going to thicken beautifully, and it only takes a minute.
Okay, so we still have a little bit of time. So kale, let's talk about that.
So
how does that come in?
After that, we're going to put a cup of just chopped kale in. So
kale is that food.
It is.
People are talking about it. People, you know, are like, you got to eat it. So how do you eat it?
The new superfood.
Yeah, it is. You buy that at the grocery store. I know you can get it, you know, already cleaned for you and in a bag, and just really kind of finely shred it up. Is that the best way to do?
1 cup.
Okay.
1 cup, and then that's going to go right at the end. Right before you eat, right before you serve it, right before you put it in your slow cooker and put that on low, and that'll be your 6th ingredient. So you have a nice hot cheesy queso dip with ground beef in there and kale. So it's healthy. You got that protein in there.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to start adding the cheese. Let's talk about some of the dippers that.
And then we're going to serve it with carrots, celery. My favorite's just a nice crunchy baguette slice.
Yeah.
Tostito chips, of course, because we've got that nice Mexican flavor, or even some pita chips like you used with the hummus dip.
Yeah.
Pita chips would be very good with this.
Yeah. Well, I'm just going to
There you
keep adding and continuing to let this melt. Tell me about these beef pot stickers. I'm pretty excited about those.
They are really good, and they're not that hard. They're not that hard. One batch of them takes 6 minutes, so we're going to make those, and we're going to start with a really lean ground round too, and add some soy sauce and fresh ginger and green onions.
Yeah. All right. This is looking cheesy and wonderful. Stay with us. Some more ideas for your Thanksgiving table coming up.